Hello and welcome in, everyone. My name is Hong Win, and I'm a part of the Careers and Professional Development team here at WGU. We're officially in week 2 of Career Quest, and it's been an incredible run of sessions so far, with many more exciting ones to come. Thank you so much for being a part of it. We're very excited for today's session. We're bringing together students, alumni, and industry leaders to share insights and explore opportunities. I've had the chance to meet with Liz here, and she's shared all the great opportunities and wonderful things that are happening at Encore. So today we have her sharing all of those great details with us. Encore is a global leader in event production and AV technology with opportunities across the nation and in more than 20 countries. Today, Liz will be giving you some insights on what it looks like to be a part of that work. We're so grateful to have the Encore team here with us today. So with that, I will go ahead and pass it over to you, Liz.
Hi everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and start to share so that way it will up. And
Looks
then
great.
okay. Yeah. Perfect. So I'm Liz Lemon. I'm based out of Las Vegas. I'm a recruiter with Encore. I oversee opportunities in the Pacific Northwest and the Rocky Mountain region. And of course, I will be joined today by another recruiter once he's able to get on. His name is Michael Rodriguez, and he is based out of California. And he oversees, of course, some of Southern and Northern California as well as Las Vegas. And we are excited here to share some information with you about Encore, who we are and what we do. And then feel free to ask any questions and we can assist you as we have multiple recruiters that are in different areas. So I see that there are a lot of people that are joining from different areas that, of course, we may not oversee, but we can definitely get you in contact with the ones that actually do oversee those areas. If you see any opportunities or you hear anything that's interesting and you want to learn more. So first, I want to get started by sharing a video.
Liz, did this video have sound? We're not getting any sound coming
You're
through.
not getting any sound? It does.
No. Okay, sometimes if you undo the share and then when you redo the share content, you'll want to hit include sound. I think that should be
Okay.
the option.
Mm, it minimized it again and it took away the option. So let me go back. Um, now let's try. Let's see if this works.
I'm not hearing anything.
Okay. With it, it's not gonna talk or anything. It's just going to kind of give an overview of what we do. So it could just play to, so they can see. everything if it's not the sound isn't working. All right, so I love sharing this video as it really helps set the stage for team members to know exactly what we do on a day to day. We do everything from small events to huge ballrooms. We take those empty spaces and turn those into productions. So that video allows to give you a visual of exactly into the life of what we do on a day to day. All right, so here, this just gives you an overview of Encore, which Encore is a global full service event production partner that invests in your success. Our unmatched capability and commitment for excellence is what we strive for. We bring over 80 years of experience operating in 2,100 venues, and we produce over 350,000 events and experiences across the nation. In 2025, we did invest $75 million into technology. We want to stay up on the latest technology, and we do invest in providing the training and guidance so our team can be up to speed when things are changing as well. We are in, of course, 2,100 countries across the nation, and we have over currently now, because we did merge, so this hasn't been updated recently, but currently we have over 15,000 team members. So here, this is will provide what our purpose, mission, and values are. This is something that we stick home to across the company, not only in our venues, like I said, since we are a global production company, we provide all of these services. And
Hey Liz, sorry to interrupt. I think some of our attendees are having a hard time hearing you. Let's see. I think they're saying it's coming through a little muffled. Um,
let's see.
I've got a comment that says put on closed captioning and that helped. Thank you for that tip there.
Okay, so I adjusted it. All right, is that any better? Is
I
that
can hear you okay.
okay?
Okay, perfect. Yep, we're getting some yeses.
Okay.
Thank you, Liz.
All right. Um, all right. So our purpose, and Michael has joined us as well. This is Michael Rodriguez. This is my team partner who will be joining us. So welcome, Michael. So the purpose is basically talking about everything that we do from start to finish, how we would like to connect and inspire, and we strive to be an invaluable partner with our customers' journeys. And then for our mission is to deliver world-class service every day, holding ourselves to the highest standards and delivering results. And then for our values are we see the bigger picture. We value people, we always do the right thing, and we value everything that guides us, the way that we work, and the impacts that we make. All right. So on, of course, this slide, this is what we call focus on you. We do everything that supports our team members. So everything that we do is to support and it's going to be focusing on you. The four attributes are how we align our brand and our strategy pillars to be personalized by offering the initiatives specifically to our team members. Encore has been named a great place to work because of all the feedback of our team members have provided. It is a place where you can connect with your work as well as customers and where you are valued and your input matters. This focus on you value is positioned as a communication and commitment to our team members on how we evaluate everything and we want to evolve. So we speak to everyone and we have those conversations. All right, here, of course, last year and the previous year, we were named the Fortune 100 best companies to work for. Um, that follows, well, basically, I think 3 years actually. So for the last 3 years, we actually were certified the Great Place to Work, and we are recognized in 11 countries last year. So with that, you can say that that achievement shows the dedication that we do and we go above and beyond to create exceptional workplaces for all. And here is our key differentials for our people. So our team's diverse perspective and skill set is fueled by the innovations and excellence that we look after. When we win, everyone wins. So we try our best to promote diversity, equity, inclusion, and inviting great minds from all backgrounds. We have different enable groups that you could connect with. You could connect with them all, regardless of your background. But if you're looking to learn more about things and you want to see how different backgrounds operate, you can join these, be supported, connect, and they provide great information, do resources, give back to the community. On day to day, it's a lot across the board. A couple of them are belief, pride, veterans, um, women of Encore well-being, Asian Pacific Islander, OLA, Enable. We have the Indigenous one that was just recently added as well. So we believe in creating a workplace where everyone can connect, belong, grow, and thrive. Here we have what we call WAVE, which is Women in Audiovisuals Events, where we look to empower, educate, inspire, and hire. So with the company, we have an initiative where we go up of women in audiovisual backgrounds, where we promote training and try and get them, to learn more about what it is that we do, and we want to promote them, educate them, and hire. So we offer a free certification course where um, it takes about maybe 30 to 45 minutes to complete. If you're interested in this, you would be able to scan the code, and then once it's completed, someone from the team would reach out with you and share opportunities, and then put you in the right direction with the right recruiter for your area. But you do have to score at least an 80% on there, but it is free training and anyone can take it, just so you can have more insight into what we do. And Michael, do you wanna hop in? Are you are you
Yes,
good?
can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Perfect. Alrighty. Sorry about that, guys. But like Liz said, my name's Michael. I work with Liz over here in the West Coast. A little bit about the company and what we do in terms of event production roles. We have everything from like our creative side all the way to our digital solutions. We have different kind of roles that you could kind of play into. More on like the creative side, a lot of it has to do with kind of more of like the content development, more on site when it comes down to our deadlines and making sure that if one of our clients wants this beautiful brand event that you're kind of making sure that their creative mindset is being put onto the actual floor. Our production technology kind of go hand in hand. They're one of those kind of departments that play very much like well together. Everything from our like staging and our show management all the way to our technical like team when it comes down to like our internet, our rigging. Those positions are going to be leaning towards more a lot of like hands-on, like boots on the ground, running your wires, setting up your microphones, your LED walls. A lot of those are kind of more of like a full-time, ready to hire like positions on site on property. Um, I will say our production does have like your production coordinators, your managers. Those can be positions where if you have that kind of background where you kind of want to lead more on the production side of like the day to day of making sure the show runs on time, making sure that you know whatever the client wants at a certain time period is being done, and you kind of work more with like upper management and the client facing. The technology side is very much more like I said, like you're on the floor, you are basically kind of like getting your hands dirty, making sure that all the equipment that's on the hotel is being set up. You kind of like see everything from a plain canvas more so into kind of like a full on show. The positions kind of work like all like I said hand in hand, but what the ultimate goal is that our creative side all the way to like our production, our technology side, um, kind of sorry, I'm like reading the questions you guys are asking while I'm talking. Um, they're all kind of like our foundational pillars. So it's like it's our service that we provide. It's what makes the difference between um, us to other production providers so that we have everything on site on property so that whenever a client comes in they don't have to be talking to three different departments or three different companies. It's all Encore. And then Liz, are you answering questions as you go or is it all at the end?
Um, I think at the end.
Okay, all right, perfect. If you want to go to the next slide. Perfect. So this is I'll touch quick on this and again I won't read through everything, but this is kind of like more of our technical career path. Like I said, on our technology side, it's all kind of full-time like tech roles that are kind of we interview nonstop throughout the year. It's kind of what makes it's like a bread and butter in our business. These are the people that kind of make our business run and make sure that our clients are happy. So you have everything from like um, our technicians basically like your basic most entry level green position. You can have zero experience in audiovisual and lighting and conventions and hospitality. That's when we'll usually bring you in. We'll do all the training. Basically do everything from striking to breaking down. We'll do everything. Then you start getting to your technical lead, which is more of like you're responsible for some more bigger level setups, on your own or with like a little team. But then we have our senior technical lead, which is more so of like your mid-tier operations level. That's when you do start focusing more on like smaller general kind of like setups on your own, even to larger ones. This is kind of the point where we've created so that you can kind of figure out what route you want to go. If you go more on the technical side, you have your technical specialist, your senior tech, and your production system engineer. That's going to be more so of like I mentioned, all the lighting, the lighting, the video, the audio, of you doing basically everything on your own. You're like the name says, you're one of our specialists. Like for example, here in Vegas, in my market, our specialists basically kind of run the Vegas region. Where if we have someone that is like an amazing lighting technician and an amazing lighting specialist, they'll kind of assist all properties throughout the Vegas region with that base background. The senior technical lead could also go to a different route, which is the production side, which we'll kind of touch up on later. And then these are some of our equipment partners. So funny enough, we were just at LDI, so in December, we got to see a lot of our production partners recently there. Liz, I think it popped off your slideshow.
But you can go ahead and talk. I'm gonna try and pull it back up.
Cool. Yeah, so a lot of our partners, so a lot of the times, like we mentioned, we're a pretty large company, so we have all our own equipment on site. We have our own warehouses, our own departments, but in those instances where we don't have access to certain equipment, we do have those partners that, you know, we rent equipment from. So everything from Christie's Lights all the way down to, you know, like the smallest little company you could hear of what we need. We do all those orders ourselves. Like we have great partnerships with them. So you get to kind of see new equipment basically every day, depending on like where you're situated. And then, were you able to get it back up?
Yeah, it's coming. The next one was just going to talk about degrees, if you want to touch on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the degrees, so with us it kind of depends. I've been reading some of your guys' questions on like your guys' like background and cybersecurity and all these things. And I know that someone mentioned like we're more on the tech, more on the signal and board mixing and power, which is correct. Our degrees, we vary from everything depending on what your career path wants to be. If you want to go more on like the operating side of more business and management economics, you could definitely do that more on the hotel side of working with the client, you know, managing a budget, managing your team, doing the day-to-day task. If you're more so on the technical route, that's going to depend. Like if you're coming from like Full Sail or from any other degree, it really doesn't impact your kind of career trajectory. It's more so, like I always like to say, kind of your initiative on where you want to be and where you want to go. I've had multiple people from in Vegas that come from, you know, a non-hospitality background or degree, or they'll come from, you know, history or some random degree or subject, and then they end up falling in love with it after they do kind of like part-time work. So I think it all comes down to, you know, your ultimate dreams and goals of what you want to go through. We usually provide all the assistance. I'm sure Liz touched upon it, but all those positions and those technical routes that you saw, we provide all the training on site. So you really don't have to kind of worry about like not being able to understand like certain audio systems or certain lighting boards. We have all the equipment on the floor. We have different team members that have been with the company multiple years that will kind of train you on the day-to-day lifestyle. Liz?
Okay, and that was it. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So we can take it to questions now.
Awesome. Everyone, feel free to drop any questions you may have in the chat here, and we miss any, feel free to just drop it in there again. I think at the very top here, we had a question: does Encore offer audio technology opportunities and room for growth? I have experience in event production, management, and audio engineering. Currently studying programming and implementing the development skills into my audio career path.
As far as audio engineering, it's not something that we, offer a career path on. But of course, a lot of audio engineering graduates or students do work for us as technicians. So having an audio engineer degree does transfer over to what our technicians do. But we do provide training from start to finish. So wherever you come on board, regardless of your skill level, there will be training that will be provided. You'll have your shadowing, so you have your hands-on training, and then your computer-based training through Encore U to make sure that you're up to speed on the technology and everything that we do, and as far as live corporate events with Encore.
Awesome. Thank you, Liz. Let's see here. Next question. Does the technology section involve any computer programming?
It does not. Anything with computer programming or IT or anything of that nature. We do have IT at some locations where we don't have internet specialists at every location, but there are some specific locations that do require that need, but it's not something that we actually you come in if you want to learn it. If you're at a specific location and that's your goal, that's where that focus on you conversation comes in at, and you let us know and we could put you on that path. But just know that it's not, we have very minimum in those roles though. Most of everything that we do is going to be in live production. So doing the setup, so the post and pre-event, operating, creating LED walls. What I always tell, that's why I played the video to kind of give you an insight. So taking that empty space and turn it into whatever that client is looking for. So from start to finish, building, stages if we need to. Um, to setting up the different lighting, the thrush, the speakers, things of that nature. So certain things are really small where you see on day to day, it's just going to be microphones and speakers. And then you have those larger productions that actually go on where it could be a concert. So you're setting up the stage, you're doing special effects, you have the LED walls that are in the background playing maybe their face or their lyrics, their songs, or whatever the client is looking for is kind of what we do as a business.
Awesome. And it looks like we have a couple of cyber folks in here. Any opportunities at Encore for cyber or anything to get them started in cybersecurity?
Um, as far as that would be something that as our IT department does, and it's at our corporate office. That would be the only location that would be offered. And our corporate office is located in Chicago.
Awesome. Let's see, next one here. Where are you guys based? Is it all over the US?
Yes, we are all over the US. Our corporate office, like I stated, is in Chicago. Where our headquarters are, but we are all over.
Let's see. I saw a free 5-month certification. Is this available? If so, what are the requirements?
Yes, that is the WAVE certification that I spoke on. So there are no requirements whatsoever. It's just if you're interested or you want to learn more, you would take the certificate program. So it's at your own pace. It's about 11 modules that you would go through before you actually get to the certification part. But once you get to the certification assessment and you score at least 80%, that's when you would receive the certificate.
Awesome there. Let's see. How long is the interview process if selected?
Um, Interview process, it really depends on role. For us, from start to finish, it could be a week. It could also go longer than that, depending on the opportunity and how many interviewers are involved. For technicians, if you're looking for entry level, so for that tech lead type of role, that interview process is one interview said and done. And then if selected, you move into the hiring process, and that process could take 2 weeks. It could take a little bit longer because it depends on how long it takes for you to clear the pre-employment.
Thank you. Next one here. Are you multi-cloud or do you use a specific cloud service? Also, where are you at with AI integration into your tech? We're in the time of AI.
um, I am not big on AI, but of course the company is taking that route with some of the solutions. Um, I, I'm on, of course, the HR side, so talent acquisition. We are touching bases on it now in the field. Different locations are testing it out as well. It's not something that's rolled out for all locations, as we normally do test locations before rolling anything out, and then we go ahead and move forward with it. But as far as cloud services, I couldn't speak on that. That's not what as far as my background or what we work on. I'm here for the technical opportunities.
Thank you, Liz. I think a couple questions here on if Encore is offering any SWE, some software engineering roles for recent grads. I will drop the careers webpage in here. And then all of the current opportunities should be listed on there. So you're more than welcome to take a look at that and then see if there's any positions that interest you there. Let's see. Are there opportunities in Atlanta, Georgia? I think yes.
Yes, there are opportunities in Atlanta, Georgia, technical opportunities that they're looking for, or internships as well.
Awesome. Very cool. Let's see here. Are we able to use this meeting for career applications or referral, or do we need to go through the default application process? Great question.
Yes, you do have to go through the full application process, and we could share our contact details. Once you have applied, then you could reach out to either myself or Michael, and we'll be sure to contact you or put you in touch with the recruiter that is over your specific location, your region that you're in, and have them connect with you to discuss opportunities that they do have available and where they can place you. As we don't have many things open at the moment, but we can always stay in contact, so that way once something comes available, we would connect with you and let you know that this is available opportunity and see if you're ready to move forward.
Let's see here. Very interested in tech position. Any position that requires hands-on. Is the tech position urgent hire?
Most of those, yes, they're urgent hire. Depending on, like I said, once again, it really depends on the area. But if it's a technician, if you see entry level where it says event technician, those are going to be immediate hire.
Awesome. Let's see. A lot of interest here in IT positions. I did drop Encore's careers webpage in the chat at the top. If you go ahead and put in some keywords, there should be all of the current IT positions open. It looks like there's a IT data analyst internship, IT service center analyst internship for the summer as well. So feel free to take a look at that page there. We do have a question from Andrea. Are the internships paid?
Yes, they are paid. You're paid just as if we would pay a technician that came in with experience. So that, that rate is determined once again by area.
Awesome. Any part-time opportunities at Encore?
We do offer part-time, but most of our opportunities are going to be full-time. Once again, checking that site, our careers page, and looking for part-time opportunities. And with our part-time opportunities, we have two different kinds of types. One is part-time regular, where you are eligible for benefits, and then we have another part-time opportunity where you're not eligible for benefits and hours are not guaranteed.
Awesome. Let's see, a question here. I see career site, there's a develops position, but it's almost senior level. Is there any opportunities for entry level / internship for that?
If it's not posted, it's not available. Whatever is
Okay.
would be currently what we have open and available.
And do you guys have a talent alert that they can sign up for where
Yes.
if they put in, okay, perfect.
Yes,
That's what
so
I
they
would
can sign up
recommend.
for the alerts on the site. They can put in their keywords or what type of roles they're looking for. And as soon as something is posted, it will alert them to apply. Since we are using AI, it will go through Val, that's our AI assistant, and Val will apply them to the eligible positions that are available.
Perfect. Let's see. Internship and employment offer the same pay and benefits. Despite year of experience, or did I mishear you?
The internship as far as benefits and pay.
Yes.
Benefits, as far as pay, yes, and like vacation time, personal time, all of that is your accumulated that for your internship. But as far as medical benefits, that is not offered. But yes, pay and everything else is the same.
Awesome. Let's see here. Andrea, was there a good contact that folks can reach you out, reach out to you with Liz and Michael? Maybe a careers email or something that you guys use for applicants?
Yes.
Um, we have, of course, on the career site, there is a careers email that is listed that will go to our corporate office, but we will share our personal
Yes.
um, information in order for you all to connect directly with us because it can go to the careers page and they may send it to a recruiter and they have no clue. But if you're attending and you're interested, we want to make sure that they do kind of touch bases with you to provide more details.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You can feel free to drop that in the chat, or if you want to send that to me later, I can include it in the follow-up email to attendees today.
I just put mine in the chat for
Okay,
now.
perfect. Awesome, awesome. Okay, next one here. Will I have to finish event technology training before applying? Also, is there travel opportunity? Great question.
Um,
There isn't, it's not with our technicians as far as travel opportunity, no. The travel that you would do would be between locations, not out of state travel. Now, once you get to that specialist level, then yes, your 75% of your time would be required to travel. As you will work those events for your specific specialty, and that could be, let's say, for instance, if you're in Seattle and you work in Seattle and then they need help in the region, you may end up going to Denver because that's part of the region in order to help out. But as far as our technicians, travel is not something that's required.
Awesome. Thank you for that question there. We'll just give it a couple more minutes here for any questions. If you do think of one later on, you're always welcome to email us and we'll make sure that gets over to Liz and Michael here. But we'll go ahead and leave a couple more minutes here for question. And while we wait, let's see here. I will drop in the chat again Encore's career page. And along with that feedback survey. Oh, and we have Liz and Michael's email in there as well. Thank you so much. Let's see. Question about internships. Are there any relocation assistance with the internships?
Not with internships, we do not offer relocation assistance for those. We don't offer housing or anything in relation to internships. Now, with our National College Leadership Program, which requires you to have a bachelor's, no gaps or anything in your degrees in between those degrees, but it does require a bachelor's degree. You could, of course, um, depending on the location, there is relocation assistance um, provided, but that is a set amount and it's only $2,000 that will be offered to help offset your cost for relocating.
Thank you, Liz. Next question here. What would you say is a benefit to working with Encore versus other production companies?
I would say the training. If if you had to ask me. And just being that I speak to candidates all the time, the number one thing they always get excited about is that we do provide training and career path growth for them so that they don't have to stay within that technician role um, until they learn everything on their own in order to be promoted. All the training will be set up for them. And it doesn't matter what side of the company they would like to be on. You could want to be technical, you start, you work and be a technician, work your way up the technical path for 5, 6 years, and then you decide that, hey, I've seen what sales do. I want to go into sales. You can go into sales. You can go into operations, to become an operations manager or a director. Or you can go outside of what we offer in venue and maybe work for like our scenic team, things of that nature. So it really depends on you, but the training is always there. The communication is always open. I always tell everyone, make sure that if it's something that you're looking for, you let your manager know so they can put you on that path so you can achieve it. And they'll provide all of not only computer based training, they may not know or have experience in what you're looking to do, but they will put you with a location to have like shadow days with that specific person that has that specialty so you can get that training.
Yeah. And then just to touch on that, I think another kind of benefit to Encore versus like other production companies, and again, I might be biased because I work for Encore and this is like my my day-to-day job, but um, like Liz mentioned, like we're like full event production company, so we're not just on the technical side or the rigging. Where some production companies just focus solely on like the striking and the stagehand work. We do everything. Like we're a full corporate company with 2,100 venues worldwide. So we do everything from like your warehouse, like literally warehouse positions, driver roles, all the way up to your CEOs, finance, your software engineering positions, basically everything. I'm in Vegas, so like I have multiple times where like we'll have employees that come from different production firms are like, hey, look, like I've been a technician for 10 years. Like I'm getting tired of like working day to day and like breaking my back. Like I want to be in the office, like I want to be with the clients. Um, and the other big benefit to us is that our team members actually care and the managers actually care about where your progress goes. Which may sound crazy to say this, but there's multiple times where our employees will be like a technical specialist or even a supervisor, and they're just like, hey, look, like I don't want to do that anymore. Like I don't want to be like on the day to day. I just kind of want to be a technician. Like it may sound like a demotion, but some of them will just go back down to doing the day to day hustle and bustle. Some of them will like some of my regional vice presidents in Vegas have actually started as like office administrators. So one of them started as like a warehouse technician. Is actually now like a huge like director of one of the properties. So I always like to say with Encore, it really comes down to you and where you want to be. We offer all those career opportunities, like Liz mentioned, the training, the hands-on, basically everything you need to kind of level up. It just really depends on like your initiative, like where you want to go, where you want to see yourself. And also it's like if wherever you are in the country, if like you're getting tired of living in like the East Coast, the West Coast, the Midwest, wherever you're at, um, basically all of the US is kind of like at your disposal if you want to like relocate somewhere or make a transition to a different department or team.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Liz and Michael. Next question here. Are the corporate and IT/software roles required to implement AI in their day-to-day work?
No, it's not a requirement to implement AI in your day-to-day work, but if they have used a system that implements that, then you would have to utilize that. So yes, so it's like a two-part no, yes, depending on if it's an implemented system and that they're using, then yes, but if not, no.
Awesome. Um, let's see, I don't see any other questions at this time. Like I mentioned, if you do think of a question later on, feel free to email us. And you do have Michael and Liz's email in the chat. We'll make sure to follow up here. You'll get the recording. along with the survey and all of the resources that we talked about today. Another question here, event tech is a 8 to 5.
No, it is not. Um, we are in, live events, so events could happen any day, anytime. So you could work as early as 5 o'clock, as late as 12 o'clock, midnight, depending on, what is needed.
Next one here, are finance/accounting jobs only available in Illinois?
Yes, they will be.
Awesome. All right, we got a thank you coming in here. Awesome. Like I mentioned, if you have any questions later on, you can always email us. But we can go ahead and conclude today's session. Thank you all so much for joining us and for all of your thoughtful engagement. As we continue through our Career Quest session here, we hope that today's conversation helped you feel a little bit more confident about opportunities ahead. Do watch out for that email there. We'll have the recording along with the survey and some of the helpful information that we talked about today. The survey is just 2 questions, and your input helps us to continue to bring great sessions like this to the WGU community. And of course, we'd like to extend a big WGU thank you to Liz and Michael for your team joining us and sharing great insights, sharing your time, and just the opportunities with our students and alumni. We're incredibly grateful for your support, and we hope that we continue to learn and be able to gain this great insight on great opportunities. Thank you everyone so much for joining. Make sure to check out upcoming Quest sessions. You can find those on Handshake. And then we hope to see you at the next one. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, everybody.